The first year they forgot to invite me to Christmas, I cried myself to sleep. The 5th year, I bought myself a bottle of expensive champagne and watched a movie alone. But the 12th year, the year they really forgot me, I bought a mountain house. Not just a cabin, but a sprawling, luxury retreat nestled in the Rockies, big enough to comfortably sleep 20 people, complete with an outdoor hot tub and a professional kitchen. See, for over a decade, my entire extended family, my parents, my 2 sisters, their husbands, and all the cousins, had maintained this absurd, cruel ritual. They'd gather every Christmas Eve and Christmas Day at my childhood home for a huge, picture-perfect, multi-day celebration, and they would simply fail to call me **. Every single year, the text would come on December 26th. "Oh, sorry, we were so busy, we totally forgot to call you for Christmas. You should have just come." It was a lie, a purposeful, passive-aggressive ostracization that cut deeper than any screaming match ever could. But this year was different. This year, my sister Sarah posted the final, perfect family portrait on Instagram, captioned, "The best Christmas ever, with everyone we love." And my phone remained silent. I saw the picture, 22 smiling faces, all opening gifts in the living room I grew up in, and I wasn't there. I wasn't even a thought. That was the moment the sadness turned into a cold, focused resolve. It wasn't about missing a party. It was about being treated as disposable. So, I have to ask you straight away, when your family deliberately treats you like a forgotten relic for over a decade, do you just walk away and mourn the loss, or do you wait until you have the perfect opportunity to hit back and remind them exactly who they dismissed? Was I wrong for the calculated, absolutely devastating way I finally executed my silent revenge? Tell me if you would have done the same thing. My family dynamic has always been tough, built on a foundation of conditional love and toxic competition, mostly orchestrated by my mother. I'm the eldest of 3, but I was always the weird one. My sisters, Sarah and Jessica, are both very similar to my mom, socially adept, loud, career-driven in conventional fields, and obsessed with appearances. I chose a different path. I'm an engineer, I value quiet efficiency, and honestly, I don't enjoy big, noisy social gatherings. I don't fit the mold. After I finished college, I moved a few states away for a lucrative job. The distance became an easy excuse for them to sideline me. They stopped calling, they stopped visiting, and my name was slowly edited out of the family narrative. The Christmas ritual started shortly after I moved. The first time, my sister Jessica called on the 27th, claiming she thought I was busy, even though I had confirmed with my dad weeks earlier that I was free. The second time, my mom swore she sent me an email invitation that must have gone to spam. By the 5th year, I stopped checking. But every year, I would still get that sickening, inevitable picture on social media. A beautiful table, glowing faces, and a deep hole in the middle where I was supposed to be. It was intentional. They knew exactly what they were doing. It was a yearly reminder that I was optional, an easy person to delete from the gathering because my quiet presence wouldn't contribute to this social dazzle they craved. I spent those days alternating between feeling intense loneliness and burning resentment. My career, thankfully, took off, while my sisters stayed close to home, maintaining their status quo lives. My engineering firm succeeded beyond my wildest dreams. By the time I hit my mid-30s, I was doing extremely well financially. I was careful with my money, focusing on investments, and keeping my success completely private from my family. They only knew I had a good job. I drove a modest car, dressed simply, and never flaunted anything. This was key. They assumed I was comfortable, but certainly not wealthy. They believed they were still the wealthy, successful pillars of the community, and they continued to talk down to me during the rare, strained phone calls we had. The mountain house was an impulse buy, but a planned one. I found it in late October. It was a sprawling modern lodge in Aspen, fully furnished, sold by a tech mogul who was moving overseas. It cost $5 million. I bought it outright, in cash, closing the deal incredibly quickly. I didn't tell a soul. I spent the next month quietly decorating, stocking the professional kitchen, and setting up the state-of-the-art entertainment system. I installed a massive 12-foot tall Christmas tree and spent hours stringing perfect white lights, creating the cozy, inclusive Christmas I had always dreamed of. But this Christmas wasn't just for me. The final straw, the one that broke the last splinter of hope I had, was Sarah's Instagram photo. It was Christmas evening. I saw the photo, felt the familiar punch to the gut, and then I noticed something specific. In the background, on the main wall, my mom had finally replaced the massive portrait of my late grandmother with a giant, shiny, new print of my two sisters and their families. It was the total erasure. The next morning, December 26th, the usual text arrived from my mother. "Dearest, we had a wonderful Christmas. So sorry we didn't call you in the busyness. Hope you had a nice quiet holiday." It was pure, dripping hypocrisy. I replied simply, "No worries, I did. Just finishing my last champagne flute." I spent the next 6 weeks in silence. I did not respond to any other texts. I did not call anyone. I let the silence hang, cold and heavy, just like the silence they imposed on me every Christmas. I didn't want a confrontation. I wanted a demonstration. I waited for the perfect moment. I knew my mother and sisters thrived on public validation and social comparison. They only respected what was expensive and exclusive. So, here's the crucial part, and this is where I need your honest opinion. I had the mountain house, the money, and the cold, burning desire to make them feel exactly what I felt, excluded and desperate to be included. I could have just ignored them forever and lived my best life. But the desire to rewrite the narrative, to demonstrate their shallow priorities, was overwhelming. The opportunity arose when my youngest niece, Emily, was turning 9 in mid-February. My sisters had planned a modest, local party. I knew my mother would be bragging about it to everyone she knew. I had the power to completely eclipse that event and turn it into a family pilgrimage. Before I tell you exactly what kind of invitation I sent and how I structured the big reveal that brought my entire family to their knees, I want you to pause right now and comment below. What would you have done in my shoes? Would you have simply moved on with zero contact? Or would you have used your financial success and new property to orchestrate a dramatic, undeniable moment of revenge? I launched my plan 2 weeks before Emily's birthday. I didn't contact my family directly. I contacted my Aunt Linda **. Aunt Linda is the only genuinely kind, non-competitive person in the extended clan, but she lives far away and rarely sees the family drama. I told her I wanted to host a ** surprise birthday celebration ** for Emily that would blow her mind, but it was a strictly managed ** secret **. I told Aunt Linda that I had just purchased an incredible new place in Aspen, Colorado, and I wanted to fly the entire extended family, all 22 of them, including the siblings, parents, cousins, and in-laws, out for a surprise 4-day weekend getaway, all expenses paid. I made it sound like I was doing it solely for Emily and for Aunt Linda, making them co-conspirators. I needed Aunt Linda to be the messenger because my family wouldn't trust me, but they would trust her. She called my mom, utterly thrilled, sharing the secret. The reaction was instantaneous and predictable. My mother was flabbergasted, then instantly defensive. Aspen, a place big enough for all of us. Where did she get the money for that? Aunt Linda played it perfectly, saying, "Oh, she bought some kind of large rental property recently. She just wants to share it for Emily's big 9th birthday bash." The focus immediately shifted from Emily to the property and the sudden, hidden wealth I sent out the official, personalized invitations via an expensive, heavy cardstock package. The theme was an exclusive winter retreat. The package included custom-designed luxury luggage tags, specific flight details, first class for my parents, business class for the rest, and a cryptic itinerary promising surprises beyond measure. The only stipulation: they could not discuss the host or the venue details until arrival, as it was a strict surprise for the birthday girl. This was my control mechanism. I needed them to focus on the luxury and the secrecy, not the host. The day of arrival was my silent triumph. I hired a private bus service to pick them up from the Aspen airport. I was waiting for them at the mountain house. The house is a spectacular blend of stone, glass, and warm wood, overlooking a breathtaking panorama of snow-capped peaks. When the bus pulled up, they spilled out, dressed in their finest ski wear, their eyes wide and glued to the immense property. They were instantly performing for each other, taking photos of the house's exterior. My mother was the first to realize the scale of my deception. She walked into the entryway, where a massive, framed photo of my grandmother, the one she replaced with my sister's, now hung prominently over the grand stone fireplace. She gasped. Then she saw me, standing by the 12-foot Christmas tree, sipping a glass of wine, perfectly at ease. The silence was glorious. Sarah started rambling. "Oh my God, this place is incredible Whose rental is this? We have to book it next year." I set down my wine glass, smiled politely, and delivered the full revelation in one calm, controlled statement. "Welcome, I hope your flight was comfortable. There's no need to book this place next year, Sarah, you're already here. This isn't a rental. This is my primary residence and this is my annual Christmas. I decided to celebrate it 2 months late, and I chose to invite all 22 of you, just as you all always chose to forget about me." The subsequent 4 days were a masterclass in psychological warfare. They were trapped in a magnificent, expensive environment where I was the sole, gracious, all-powerful host. They couldn't leave, as their return flights weren't until Monday. They couldn't complain about the luxury, as that would expose their jealousy. They couldn't deny the intentionality of their past actions, because I was literally hosting the forgotten Christmas. They denied me. My mother spent the entire weekend trying to figure out how I did it, asking passive-aggressive questions about my job and my finances. My sisters fawned over me, suddenly desperate for my approval, asking for investing tips, and suggesting we do this every year. I was polite, friendly, and utterly distant. I spoke only to my father, Alex, Aunt Linda, and, of course, the birthday girl, Emily, who had the time of her life. I made sure to take a massive, beautiful family photo, the kind they loved. But I made sure I was seated centrally, the undeniable center of attention, the host. The most satisfying confrontation came on the final night. My mother cornered me by the hot tub, her voice lowered but tight with suppressed hysteria. How could you hide this from us? Why would you do this now? This is all about revenge, isn't it? You wanted to make us look bad. I looked up at the stars, letting the silence stretch, and then replied simply, "It's about respect Mom. For 12 years, you used exclusion to make me feel small. I used inclusion to remind you that I was never small. You showed me exactly what your love depends on. Now you know what mine depends on. Honesty and respect Nothing less." I told her that if they ever forgot me again, they would not only lose the Mountain House invitations, but they would lose me entirely. The aftermath was profound. The sheer shock of my sudden, vast wealth fundamentally altered the power structure of my family. My mother's facade of superiority was broken. They all realized I was the financial linchpin, the one with the real, effortless money, not them. My sisters continue to be overly friendly, but it's a necessary annoyance. My father called me later, separately, and tearfully apologized, admitting he had been a coward for not standing up for me all those Christmases. That apology, from him, meant more than the entire trip. I am now included in every major family event, not out of love, but out of fear of exclusion and social necessity. But that's okay. The terms are clear, and the line is drawn. I still spend Christmas Eve quietly at my mountain house with Alex and a few close friends, enjoying the peace. Then, on Christmas Day, I often fly down for a few hours to the family gathering, arriving late and leaving early, maintaining control and distance. They now fight over who gets to pick me up at the airport. I didn't get the loving, unconditional family I wanted, but I got the respect I deserved. It taught me that sometimes you have to risk burning the bridge to force the people on the other side to realize its true value. Like this video, if you think my calculated, financially savvy revenge was the only way to get through to them. Subscribe for more stories where family drama meets boundary setting. And share your final thoughts on this whole mess in the comments section below. Was it worth spending millions just to make a point? Or should I have just cut them off entirely years ago? I'll see you all in the next story.